Yo, what is poppin', people of the internet? This is live from Vegas, bringing y'all the aftermarket patch notes. It's dropping today. It's coming with crossplay and much more. Let's break it down. So as you can see, the first thing and the most important thing coming in the aftermarket update is going to be the crossplay beta. Now you may be asking yourself, why beta? Essentially, the crossplay beta is going to work like normal. PlayStation, PC, Xbox, all be able to play in the lobby together. The only thing that's going to be lacking in the beta is going to be the cross progression. For example, if you have an account on Xbox, your items and heirlooms will not transfer over to PC at the moment in the beta. With the full release in Season 7, I have no doubt they're going to add in cross progression, so people like me on Xbox, you have a pred trail, you have some heirlooms, you'll be able to have that account on both platforms. But for now, with the beta, you're just going to be able to play with your homies. Awesome addition. Next up, we got the limited time flashpoint. This is going to be a mode on Kings Canyon only, where all healing items are removed. That's right, there's going to be no medkits, no shield cells. These domes that you can see here are going to be regeneration fields, and people are just going to be fighting to the death over these fields, because anywhere else you see here, you're not going to be gaining any health and you're not going to be looting any health. So that should be pretty damn interesting to see what happens. Going to be huge war zones in these bubbles. For the event, actually comes with some pretty legit skins, so if you're a Caustic main, you're in for some great additions along with the heirloom. As you can see, the Wraith Panther, the Blue Racer Watson, pretty clean. This Hemlock here, looking very sexy. Might have to pick that one up, because I'm a fan of that and the Hemlock. Bangalore looking pretty nice too. And here you can see the Caustic Heirloom, the main event of this collection, the Death Hammer. Gotta say, it's pretty sick. Not really what I was expecting as an item for Caustic, but hey, looks badass. So let's read some of the legend changes, which are actually pretty legit. The first one I just want to bring up right away is Pathfinder. We can skip the other ones for a second. Pathfinder, our boy, everybody's boy, is catching a little bit of a buff. The grapple cooldown is now going to be based on the distance traveled, with the shortest being a low grapple and an extreme grapple being the longest cooldown. So let's say you accidentally get yourself into a bad grapple, you swing and you only go about 5 feet, well, you're only getting a 5-second cooldown and then that grapple's coming right back up again. But if you're a pro path and you're swinging like 100 yards on each grapple, you're going to have a maxed out 35-second cooldown. This is going to be a pretty awesome change to Pathfinder that I think we're all happy for. This is a change that's good for the not so great Pathfinders, but then doesn't affect the super high level ones. Overall, pretty happy with this change. Rampart's getting an increased rate at which the minigun spread tightens. She's going to be able to hit people at farther ranges easier at a quicker speed, so that's pretty interesting. Bloodhound's catching a little bit of a nerf with a tactical ability nerf by 2 seconds. Nothing major. It's just Bloodhound was a little bit too strong while that ultimate was up. It was pinging like every 4 seconds. So a little bit of a nerf to that, no worries there. Wraith is the real nerf that's coming, and it's going to have a lot of people angry. As you can see here, their explanation is essentially that Wraith is too hard to nerf in the sense of her abilities. They don't want to take away the cooldown or her utility. They want her to stay strong. They want her to be the face of Apex. So instead, what they're going to do is be nerfing her animations. Now, I wish I had a video. I actually have seen the side by side, but if you know what Wraith's running animation looks like, she essentially crouches down and kind of does like a Naruto run, has her arms behind her back, but they're taking that away completely, and now she's just going to have a normal arm swinging animation just like anybody else would in the game. So kind of a major change to Wraith in her hitbox, and we'll see if that affects her pick rate at all. Crypto, he's just getting everything possible. Now if you have a key, you can open the vault from a distance. Loba's getting a range of the black market extended by almost 1.5 times. She's going to be covering a huge area with that ultimate, which is fine. I mean, nobody's going to be angry at Loba getting more loot, am I right? And she now starts the match with her ultimate half charged, so Loba's going to be a threat right at the beginning of the game, her team getting the best loot right on drop. Getting into some weapon changes here, the Devotion's catching a little bit of a hip fire nerf. Again, these are very minute changes across the board for everything. They're increasing the hip fire, and they're also reducing the vertical recoil. The Spitfire catching a little bit of a buff, that's good. If you saw my weapon tier list, which I'll link in the description below, I actually put the Spitfire as the worst primary in Apex, so glad to see it catching a buff. Triple take, I can't tell if this is a nerf or buff. Reduced rate of fire. Reduced seems like a buff, so seems like it's going to be spraying just a little bit faster. If so, 0.1 of a difference isn't going to be much at all, so I don't know why they bother with that kind of change. Let's get into some quality of lives. Now you're going to be able to see in the death box if the Evo shield is better or worse to level up. This is an awesome change that should have came at the beginning of the season, to be honest, but no worries, it's here now. You'll now be able to switch from same level armor if it's closer to evolving as well. And you're now going to have a little indicator, which is the waving guy, which means your teammate needs that attachment, and you can ping it up for him. And as you can see here, they're going to be adding a performance display which has FPS, latency, loss, choke, and in and out. So just a little bit of a streamer mode there for everybody who cares about the specs and what their GPU and CPU is clocking in on Apex. And along for the streamers, another mode is finally the anonymous mode, so that people can't stream snipe you in game. I know this has been much awaited. Don't know why it took 7 seasons to get here. This is a nice change for me. Level 0 armor will now appear as empty so that you can ping request for armor. So that's pretty legit. Lots of quality of life changes here. More banners for Crypto, so should have been in the hero changes. Crypto catching a little bit of a minor buff. The out of bounds changer is going to be changed. Instead, the timer doesn't refresh when you walk out and walk back in. Instead of now, it's accumulated time of 30 seconds. So just don't go out of bounds now. It's actually going to be a little bit more punishing. And this is just so they could stop some exploits. Holo sprays will remember the players that like them, and the legend tokens are going to be minimized to a tooltip, which means it's not going to be displaying the red coins, I believe. But who cares? Everyone has like 8 million red coins, so they're just going to hide those on the menu. Bug fixes, you know, nobody cares. You're not really running into many of these, but as you can see, there's quite a few things they patched for each legend, so glad to see they're on top of that. L-Star fixed an issue when overheating occurring when firing a single shot. Yeah, I don't think I've experienced that, but that's all for the update, guys. Let me know what you think of the update down in the comments below. We're definitely going to be playing, streaming, all that, so we're going to be shredding out tomorrow, aka today. Keep it locked to the channel. Hit me up on CROSSPLAY, on PC, Xbox, whatever. Let's start building a big community. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. This has been Live for Vegas. I'll catch y'all online. Peace.